Tensions between Tigray military and the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Two clashes between them. Several killed reportedly. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. It seems that a zone of Tigray is turning into a battleground between Tigray military and the Ethiopian military. How intense is the rivalry and confrontation between the two sides? Secondly, Fano fighters have released pictures from a town where they have carried out an attack on the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Several ENDF soldiers have been killed and captured by Fano in this attack. Let's start from Tigray, viewers. Southern Tigray. We know that in southern Tigray, Tigray military is operating. Ethiopian National Defense Force is also deployed to Alamata, Koram, Waja, and other towns. Especially in Raya Alamata, there is a deployment of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. And you know that Tigray government wants to push ENDF out of southern Tigray. Why? Because Tigray military, Tigray government believe that Ethiopian federal forces are creating problems. In Tigray, they are backing Tigray peace force. And they're cause of divisions in Tigray. Though under Pretoria, TPLF agreed to the deployment of federal forces to Tigray, there have been tensions between the two sides. Two clashes happened between Tigray military and the Ethiopian federal forces in Raya Alamata in the last 3 to 4 days. They clashed in Alamata. And there, I think around 10 people were injured and killed. Some were killed, others were injured. At least one death is being confirmed reportedly. Militia chief in Alamata of Tigray side was killed. It happened 3 days ago reportedly. His name is Tekle Sahlu. Local militia chief was killed in that attack. How did the two sides start the fighting? We don't know, but reportedly some people were arrested in Alamata. That led to start of the clash. And in that clash, both sides exchanged gunfire. They opened fire at each other. It went on for an hour. Reportedly, Tigray military suffered losses. I'm not aware of any losses suffered by ENDF, but Tigray military, Tigray militia members suffered losses. Then the next day, the two sides clashed in Waja. Waja is right on Tigray-Amhara border. Here, the two sides, Tigray military and the Ethiopian military, Ethiopian federal forces, they clashed over control of taxation. In Waja, a weekly market opens. In some other parts of Tigray, southern Tigray, too, some markets operate on weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. Local governments collect taxes from the shops, from the stalls at these markets. ENDF and TDF, they want to be the collectors of tax in Waja. That is why on the 14th or 15th of October, they clashed. This time, the clash was not armed reportedly. They confronted each other. They threatened each other. They did not open fire, but there was visible confrontation between them. Uh, Now, who will collect the taxes in Waja from the market uh, shops? Will they share the taxes? Let's see. Southern Tigray is very crucial, keeping in view that Wolo Fano is going to up the ante again. It inflicted losses on ENDF in the first campaign, a Banadio campaign. Second campaign could start soon too. Ethiopian National Defense Force wants to use Southern Tigray as its base, so that if ENDF suffers losses in Wolo, it could retreat into southern Tigray. Tigray military does not support ENDF in the operation against Fano. Rather, there are reports that Tigray military supports Fano fighters. It means Tigray military won't allow free movement of ENDF through Waja, through other areas towards Tigray. And secondly, Tigray fighters will be involved in support of Fano fighters. They supported Fano fighters in the first round of operation. They could support again. Tensions will rise. I think over a week ago, I reported about uh, uh, visible tension between Tigray military and Ethiopian National Defense Force over what is happening in Wolo. If there is fighting between Fano and military in Wolo, you will always see its impact in southern Tigray. Tigray military's efforts to push ENDF out of southern Tigray failed. ENDF is not willing to leave southern Tigray. So let's see what happens. Yesterday, there was heavy fighting in Kobo. 48 hours ago, there was heavy fighting in Kobo. So it means that Fano's operation in Wollo is happening very close to Tigray, southern Tigray. That is why forces in southern Tigray, they'll be involved in Wollo. You'll see that. Secondly, Fano fighters say they have inflicted heavy losses on the Ethiopian National Defense Force in an attack in a town in North Wollo zone of the Amhara region. It happened in Wurgessa. Wurgessa is in North Wollo. It's close to Vichale. If you remember, Vichale was controlled by Fano in the first round of operation, but later they withdrew from Vichale. Now they have carried out an attack in Wurgessa. They have released pictures from there. And they claim, Fano groups claim, that they conducted a 2-hour long operation in Wurgessa. In that operation, Ethiopian National Defense Force suffered heavy losses. Fano fighters entered Wurgessa town. They controlled a camp of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. We are waiting for visual confirmation of Fano's entry into Wurgessa. But Fano have released pictures of ENDF soldiers who have been taken prisoner by Fano fighters in Wurgessa. One such picture I have placed on thumbnail. This picture shows several ENDF soldiers reportedly taken prisoner by Fano in Wurgessa. Some of them seem to be injured. Fano groups so far have been treating ENDF prisoners responsibly. They gave Red Cross access to ENDF POWs. Even they handed over critically injured prisoners to the Red Cross. This is what happened during Abbanadi operation. But tensions are now high because of Fano's claim that 2 female fighters were killed by ENDF and the dead bodies were mutilated by federal forces. I spoke about it in a video this morning. Several viewers disliked my comments. Some sent me emails. They said, we're boycotting your channel. You're against Fano. You're against Fano struggle. You're against Amhara. Well, I just expressed my views. I have every right to have an opinion, just like you have a right to hold an opinion. I talk to so many people. I talk to all sides. And based on that, I form an opinion. It's not that I support someone, but I cannot blindly digest the propaganda which is launched by Fano or by military. That is why you will see that I will raise critical questions about the propaganda launched by both military and Fano. Anyway, in Wurgessa, military definitely suffered losses. We're waiting for visual confirmation of Fano's control of Wurgessa, which is in North Wall. Thanks for watching.